And we're on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we are with Raw Babes 101, Kristen and Tiffany, your host. Thank you for tuning in. We are so grateful to have you here on the show.
That was a mouthful.
Yeah. I was just like, let's introduce ourselves. How are you, Tiff?
I am good. I'm having an amazing hair day. Look at this.
I know.
Look at this shit.
And like this
So
girl
fucking bright.
beside green, look out. And like a forest green or in the actual forest, look out.
You know, I'm so happy I picked this color because my eyes are hazel.
Oh, it's so
So
good.
the orange and the green.
And your skin tone.
It works.
It works.
It works.
And it's fiery and
Goes with everything.
it's amazing. So, also, Dave just had his 40th birthday. Happy belated birthday, Dave.
Yeah, and then Cohen's going to be 16.
That's like
next week.
It went my dad's 60, Dave 40, Cohen 16. We are like milestone.
This is a big year.
Yeah, and I'm turning 35.
Oh my gosh, and I'll be 40.
This year. Oh my god. Look out, world, because here we are coming. Oh my god. You're 40?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Okay, I have to
What do you want to do? Dave, listen closely to this. What do you want to do today?
I want to go surfing. Like, Tofino, here I come.
Okay.
But it's kind of hard because my birthday's by Christmas, so...
Yeah, it's in November.
December 21st.
Oh, I meant it's December 21st. I knew this because the whole freaking... the 21st was when the big thing happened this year.
The retrograde.
No.
What?
It was the lights changing over to the dark.
Yeah. There's actually...
Oh my gosh.
I know, I have a bit of a brain fart right now because there is a couple things on my birthday that is like very monumental, very big, very historical.
I feel like there was like a full moon or something too. Anyways, it was like so many things.
Well, yeah, because we did that workshop with Nikki.
Yes, and you did
and we had a huge storm.
Yes.
And my phone like did this really fucked up.
And then you lost power. And that was wild.
It was wild. It was wild. Yeah, I'll never forget it.
Speaking of wild things.
Yes.
Oh, but hold on. For your birthday.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic. Are you going to really go to Tofino like for December 21st?
I don't know if I want to drive those roads if it's snowing.
What are we going to do for December 21st? Like a big bash? Do you want to do a big party? Or you don't want to do a big party?
Obviously.
Yeah.
I'm a party animal. I
know. And it's... Okay, so Tiffany threw a surprise... Tried to be... Oh my god, look at the light. The surprise birthday?
Yes, we did. And it was a surprise until like just before he got surprised.
It was just before like 2 hours before.
Yeah, he found out. But that's okay. Because he was actually so tickled and grateful that
it was put on.
Yes. I kind of went like all out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
Yeah. It was.
And I was so grateful to be there and meet all different people and have some. I know the light. It's just spirit trying to get involved.
This was a thing. So, because it was a milestone birthday, I just felt really connected spiritually too. Like just like our past friends and loved ones. Like I just kind of felt like
everyone was there.
Everyone was there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was very fun, and it was such a great group of people.
Good. The energy was like,
awesome.
It was vibing. It was
so
great.
Fun. So
yeah.
Fun.
I want you to share. You
okay.
have something. I've been trying to get her to share it. She's like, I'm not gonna share it.
I do have something pretty magical to share with everyone, and it still is like, I'm still like, oh my god, did this happen? Okay. Happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers that already has passed, but it has to do with that. So, one thing I've also realized, I say so a lot, as you guys know that listen. I'm like, so, I'm going to try to work on that. Not saying so.
I know. Okay. I have a few things that I kind of do all often, and I really try to catch myself.
Do you know what they are?
Well, stuttering is one.
It's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But anything else?
And I can't remember off the top of my head.
Oh, isn't that interesting? She can't remember. Hey, I'm with Dory from Finding Nemo.
Skip it.
Okay, so Mother's Day happened on Sunday. I was laying out in my backyard and the sun was just beaming.
Were you naked?
I was not.
Dang.
Yeah. My family was upstairs. We were ordering sushi. We're just doing like my mom and my grandma, myself, Cassius, my dad, blah, blah. My brother. We had Eleanor over and I was just kind of going through.
Who's Eleanor?
Eleanor, she does the reflexology. She's
Oh.
a family friend.
Right.
She's incredible.
Okay,
She
got
is
it.
such a sweetheart. We love her. She's actually like a healer. She's been doing healing for a very long time. Anyhow, I'm laying there and I really wanted a sign. I wanted a sign, so I asked for a sign. But I wanted it from Stefan.
Okay.
So I called it out. I was laying in the sun. And it was a little bit of an emotional day for me, to be honest. 100% honest. And I'm laying there and I was like, okay, Stefan, I just need a sign, like something, like just that he's around, just from him, something. So as the lights went, so I said it. I go back upstairs, the sushi, my mom and I go and get sushi, and we're sitting down. And what I thought was the sign is what I'm going to share with you. So I'm sitting here and I hear a song that comes on. And I was like, oh. And it's Johnny Cash. I walked the line and I was like, oh. And I shared it with my dad. I was like, oh, Dad, I just like asked for a sign. And that's what I thought was a sign. I was like, because that reminded me of him. He used to listen to this song and he watched like this program of Johnny Cash. So I was like, oh, nice sign. Great. End of the night happens. Go to sleep. 3:20 in the morning.
Ooh, witching hour.
Are you ready
Close.
for this?
Woo, woo, woo.
Cassius sits up. He's sleeping. And he had done that a few times throughout the night. So, of course, that irks my attention. So I'm looking at him. And then he just like, he's done.
Oh my god.
Okay, fine.
So creepy.
Fine. All of a sudden, I'm sitting there and I'm like, what am I hearing right now? Are you kidding me? I'm like, no. I hear a song. And this song is so small, like this. I'm getting goosebumps right now. So
I have them now.
I'm like, is this in my house? Is this in my mind? Like, what is this? It gets louder and louder and louder. It's outside around the pool, as loud as you can possibly be. The song, I have to share with this, is going super, super loud where I'm like, oh my God, what is this? I'm sitting up and I felt happy, like calm and peaceful. I wasn't afraid at all. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, of course, this is Stefan. Like, this just can't even happen. Nobody can turn on.
I feel like I'm one big goosebump right now.
Yeah. Nobody can turn on the outside speakers. Only we have Sonos. And I have it on my phone. Mine controls my house. My parents controls theirs. And I actually can't even control the outside pool unless I'm on my parents' Wi-Fi.
Okay.
So I'm like, shit, like the neighbors are going to hear this song. I'm not going to be able to turn this off. So I go into it and I'm like, oh my God. And then there's this song. I'm going to share it with you guys.
You're going to play the song that was playing outside.
I have to. It's by Tracy Chapman and it's called Baby Can I Hold You? So I go to my Sonos. Okay. And I was able to turn it off. I was able to screenshot it to save it because I'm like, I need to hear what the song is saying. Like, it was so beautiful and magical. So then here, this is the song. That's not the song. 3:30 in the morning, crying in my bed, but like happy tears.
Yeah.
And like as different events had happened, it was just like I was in my feels, man. I was feeling my feelings. And like I'm obsessed with this song now. I love this song. So it's
love Tracy Chapman.
Tracy Chapman, Baby Can I Hold You. For any of you guys listening, play this song and listen to the words. And it was just beautiful. I'm like, that is a sign. It's like this man, if you guys knew Stefan, he just made shit happen. And like, he's a powerful person. So I was like, that was not him showing me any sign upstairs at my dad's of that or that other song coming on. Like, it made me think of him.
Yeah.
But this was next level.
We did talk about this on a previous podcast about like asking for a sign or help or whatever from, you know, a higher power, something bigger than you.
I love
A lot of the times we say this and we ask for help when we're like in despair and we just want help. But like what you're saying, you know, having a sign, I feel like anytime I have asked for a sign for something, it definitely comes. Every time it does.
Yeah. And like the trick about asking for it was I literally asked for it and I just let it go. Like I wasn't thinking about it like, oh, when I'm going to get this sign or whatever. It was just kind of like, hey, surprise me. It's like, hey, show up.
This is a great segue. Are you kidding me? You said it had nothing to do with the podcast topic that we're talking about today and you lied.
Oh. I didn't see it.
You didn't see it.
Like you're seeing it.
So
letting go.
So
there you go.
What are we talking about today? We're talking about
we are talking about control. We are talking about if your ego is in control, and we are talking about are you allowing other people to control you?
So I want to talk about the Segway for a second.
Yes. So good.
In the sense of you asking and just letting it go, as opposed to asking and then constantly searching
and trying to control
the situation.
You're right. It's totally wow. Yay!
I'm not just a pretty face.
No, you're far more than a pretty face.
I've been on the fucking ball today. I'm not gonna lie.
And your insides are next level, so that's even better, right? Mm-hmm. Your brain is on point, and your beauty.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So this episode, I can certainly resonate with on multiple levels.
Yes.
So having control, you know, over trying to have control over everything.
Even a sign or a symbol.
Yeah.
Like you
or
said.
like your day or your kids or your job or your relationships. Anytime I've tried to have control in any of those things, it's like almost getting like a swift kick up the ass.
Yeah.
Of disappointment.
Yeah.
Having expectations of every single scenario, and that's not even realistic whatsoever.
No.
Like you can plan your day, and I'm sorry, you gotta be open and have room for a detour.
Yeah, and 9 times out of 10, the detour is for us, and it's such a better detour because so many times we think that we know what we want, but it's really not what we fucking want.
Right.
Goes in another direction and we're like, okay, I get it.
It's good to reflect on those things too, because I do that also where I'm just kind of like, okay, had it gone the other way, maybe I wouldn't be taking this, like, or what is the lesson in it, or I mean, you could always think about how it could be another way, and is that really what was meant to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Meh, obviously not.
Yeah. Quick thing on the getting that song to play at 3:30 in the morning and how magical it was and how like I wrote it down because it's just like something I'll never forget. And like Tiffany said, don't be afraid to like ask for something and let it be a sign just if you're on the right path, or a sign from a dad or a mom that may have passed, or an aunt or a brother, like,
or a loved one.
Yeah, it's so real, and I don't think a lot of people, they are a little bit afraid because they're like, is this real or not? Is this fluffy? Is this foo-foo?
Yeah.
And I can like promise you, it's not. It's like pure bliss and magical. So just try it on for size, because I didn't know how much I needed that. And if I am not going to ask, I won't be able to receive. Exactly. But we have to ask. That's the way to bridge the gap.
That's the secret.
It's the secret. Yes.
It's just the way it works.
Yeah. And I was like, after it had happened, I'm just like, I've been playing the song like every day.
Aww.
And just
that's so
feeling
sweet.
the feels. It is so sweet.
That's so sweet.
But with our control, guys, I think we should go with the ego, because a lot of people maybe don't know when it's their ego or not. And
how about this?
Okay.
How about most people just don't even know what ego really is?
Yeah.
People talk about it all the time.
Like, that's your ego talking.
Yeah. Or leave your ego at the door.
Yes.
Or he's so egotistical or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how can we...
Well, there's basically 10 signs for you all to know if it's your ego or if it's your true authentic self. And this might be a little bit weird for some, but it's a real thing. And a lot of the times it is our ego in the driver's seat. And it's really important for us to tell it to just take a back seat, because it can really fog your like mental clarity on what you truly want in your life, instead of like driving you to want things that you really don't need. And you can get fixated on these things. In all reality, it's like, that won't bring me closer to happiness. That won't bring me closer to peace. So these are amazing. It's a good check-in. So let's dive deep. Okay, so you need to become aware of when your ego is playing up, so you can stop it before it's too late. 10 signs. I was like super resonating. I was like, yep, like when you guys are listening to this, you're going to actually even list people that do this. You're going to go, whoa, holy shit. Yeah. And yourself. It's humbling. Okay. You feel elevated from gossiping about other people's flaws. That's number 1. And number 2. It's my writing, so hopefully you can read it.
It's totally legible.
Yay.
You find yourself in feisty discussions and you just can't back down until you've won the argument.
I think we should like hold this one for a second, talk about this.
Okay. Being right.
Yeah.
We learned this in Landmark.
Yes.
Kristen and I both did Landmark. I don't know if you guys know what it is, but it's a weekend of unfolding onions you didn't even know you had.
For hours. Like, it's a non-stop.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting. Because you're literally in that classroom unfolding your...
It's like 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. to like 5 p.m. for 3 days.
Yeah. It's like... Basically,
years of therapy.
There you go. It's years of therapy. It's on steroids.
Yes.
Not actually. And you are just like uncovering the real you.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa. And it's like some people, if you want to just get there quickly, do that type of stuff. It's like if you want to deep dive and not do the weekly counseling, there are lots of different programs out there that are going to just rip the fucking carpet out from under you and then slap a new freaking life in front of you and go, oh my God.
You can literally change as a person.
Yeah, and
over these things.
And the story that we were telling ourselves and continue to tell ourselves that keep us small, keep us in denial, keep us in unfulfilling relationships, stop us from doing what our true passion is, things like that.
Stepping outside the box.
So back to this for one sec. finding yourself, with the argument.
Yeah.
This happens so many times, like road rage incidences.
Yes.
You cut me off, like that fiery. It's like trying to prove a point to the point where you are actually causing so much dis-ease in your body that you are the one losing. Holding a fucking coal of burning fire in your hand is not going to burn the other person. It's going to burn you.
No, it's like drinking poison and hoping the other person dies.
Yeah.
That's really, I love that analogy.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the argument side of things, and like, you know, if you're finding yourself feisty and you can't stand being wrong, we do have a tendency, if we're not grounded enough, that we just kind of want to be right about everything. Mm-hmm. And what ends up happening is it's a fear-based it's a fear-based action is what's happening, and you're afraid of being wrong because there's somewhere deep inside of you that thinks that if you're wrong, you're stupid, mm-hmm. or you're not smart, or whatever the case is.
And even having your own opinion, your own opinion is, it's okay to be different than someone else.
Yes.
And to coexist. I just saw this thing. There was two people that are madly in love, completely different religions. And here are two people that you would think would have a go at it because they've got two different religions and two different beliefs. But these are two people that can just put it aside and go, we love each other unconditionally.
Yeah.
And it's not about which God is right, or your God, or this God, or that God.
Yeah.
It's about being like, I respect you and I respect you. Nobody needs to win.
Leave the rest at the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it is important that when we describe things, we talk about it in like our first person. Like, this is my opinion. This is my experience. Not saying that it's like in a general thing. And I used to do this all the time. And when I learned just to let it go, and you know what, to be honest, I think it's way more attractive to agree or to admit that you actually aren't sure.
You know the people that just tell you something, like, I'm sure everyone can resonate when you just say, oh, I know what that is, and then you say what it is, but it's not true at all, and you have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah. And you're just like...
Just because you want to be
just
right.
You want to know, and because you want to seem like you know the answer. But when somebody says, mm-hmm. I have no idea, I got to check that out.
Yeah.
Or
way hotter. Way hotter.
I'm going to DuckDuckGo that.
I know. And I used to do it all the time. Mm-hmm. And actually, it made it seem like I was a Miss Know-It-All. Even though I didn't think I was, but there was just like there was a little sad girl inside that the whole time I was so just not even present with. Like, I didn't even know. We wanted to feel a type of way to be able to say, oh, I can tell you that information. I know that information for you. But really, it's like just as okay to say, I have no fucking idea. Well, I think we've proved that a few times now on the podcast. Yeah. We will say when we're wrong.
Totally.
And
just like our lipstick. Frost. It's Angel.
Yes.
Okay, number 3. So, you constantly compare yourself to people who you feel are better than you, better looking, more intelligent, happier, and more wealthy. This is your ego, guys. This is your ego that's in control, that's basically running your life because you're at a constant comparison with another. And when your ego is not at play, we are at peace with ourselves and know that the other is an equal and we want everyone to win. Mm-hmm. But when we feel something inside of ourselves because someone else is winning or looks like they're winning, that's when we got to go inside and go, okay, who's in charge here? Who's in lead? I'm totally letting my ego take over. What do I need to fulfill within myself first, instead of judge another or think or try to take from another or knock them down? Because everybody can win.
And I think it's super important in regards to this to practice the other side, even if you don't feel it. Like, if someone's winning, congratulate them. Be happy for them.
Yes.
Be that person. Give that kind word, that compliment, even if you don't want it. I remember doing this in my younger years, where I noticed myself judging other people constantly, and I knew that was my shit. I knew that was me. Mm-hmm. And so in order to start practicing exercising the other part of my brain, it started with complimenting others. And actually, it felt so good. Yeah. Because I realized how fucking insecure it really was.
Yeah, and I was the exact same way, Tiff. I didn't give out compliments. Yeah. And it's because low self-esteem myself. Yeah. But then when you think about it, when you give someone a compliment about their hair or whatever about them, and you put yourself in that person's even position, and then you've received something, and it just could change your day like that. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think I get off more on how the other person, like, I can tell how it makes them feel. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, here to serve, bitches. Whatever you need.
I love that. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, even with men, like, giving a man a compliment, because there's not a lot of men that go to other men are like, man, I like your jeans, or I like your this. Yeah. Women tend to compliment more. And I think we should start the trend for women complimenting men, and B, helping men, like, compliment other men. And it's not looked at as, oh, you're, like, weak or not good enough because you did that. It's, like, empowering for them.
Yeah. And we need to empower our men.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, this is a whole other...
I know, girl. I felt that.
Yeah. Wow. So many men, they need it just as much as we do. And if you want something from your relationship, kind of switching gears for a second, if you want more compliments from your husband, try being the one giving more compliments. It will be a mirrored effect. Honey, you look next level amazing. Just let me clarify, don't say it in hopes of getting one back right away, but start the energy exchange, and it will start to unfold.
100%.
Never looking for a compliment by giving one to get to receive one. No. We're not talking about that.
No, we're not.
We're just talking about getting the ball rolling. Honey, you look fucking sexy in hats. Or come over here. You know, like, stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah.
I like it.
Me too. Okay. So, number 4. Mambo number 4.
Okay.
TTs. TT.
Okay.
No, you know what that reminds me of?
Tatas?
No. Oh. Show a T. When you did the show a T one?
Oh.
Where's TT from?
TT, that, I always associate that with a breastfeeding thing.
Oh, okay, no.
Yeah.
TT, I wonder if something that Cassius said, like, TT. Anyways. Well, nobody's gonna know.
No one's gonna know.
I have no idea.
It's okay. Everything's okay.
Hopefully.
Dick in a box.
Shit.
You consistently compare yourself to people. Okay. Mambo number 4.
Okay.
You consistently compare yourself to people who you feel are not as good as you, less intelligent,
lower status. So basically, that's the flip. That was the flip of comparing yourself with people that are higher than you. Oh. Now this is comparing yourself to people that are on a different level. But remember, everyone is equal. Everyone's on a different journey. But what they're saying here is if your ego is stepping forward first, your ego is going to go, look at that bum, or look at that person. Right. They're not good enough, or judging them for their journey is another ego. Okay. Straight the flip up.
Okay. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. This is good.
Number 5.
Mumble number 5.
You feel jealous when other people do well. We just talked about this. Yes. It's okay to feel what you're feeling. It's okay to be like, oh, I want to like be doing that. This is then an indication for you to check in, to then take the steps for you to move forward in life, for you to win.
Mm-hmm.
But congratulate or cheer the other person on, because it's an energy. We're all equal. We were all a part of this universe. So when another person wins, that means you can win too. So if you congratulate them on their win, you're calling in your win.
Exactly.
Period.
So jealousy is definitely one of those things where it's a resistance. So if you're feeling jealous of someone, you're actually putting resistance into the way that you could be feeling.
Yeah.
And jealous is also it's similar to an emotion that you've literally made up. Yeah. That's a you thing. Yeah, I feel like I've gone through this so many fucking times.
So many times.
Even like when it's been brought to my attention so many times. I can only imagine how many of you bitches jealous of this shit.
Oh my God, you're hilarious.
Did that trigger you? Did it trigger you? Good.
So crazy, because when I it was for years and years and years, I was super jealous, and I've talked about this before, but I wanted to always be someone else.
Oh.
Never myself.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh, look at that person's body. Look at that person's hair.
Must be great.
Yeah. And I wasn't jealous in the sense of like hating on them. I wanted to be a piece of each person.
Mm-hmm.
But the jealousy would kick in the relationship. So then I would be like, oh, well, look at her. She's just fake anyway. Instead of raising that woman up and cheering her on and complimenting her for her beautiful body or face or hair, I didn't feel good enough. So I had to try to knock her down to my significant other because I didn't want them to look at the person in a light. How messed up is that?
I feel like men and women do this.
All the time. You walk...
Don't you?
Oh.
Don't you?
100%. When you walk in a room, and so I've even had it for myself, you've had it for yourself, when I've walked in a room, instead of walking into the room being like, oh, how many people are going to love me and be my friend and have a good time, I would be like, oh, walk into the room and how many people would be judging me? Because that's what I used to do.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Right?
It's a mirror.
And that was the mirror, the energy exchange. Now, I walk into a place and I smile and I'm like, hey. And
you own it.
Yeah. And I have next level people that are receptive and like loving me and the energy instead of judging, because I fucking threw judging out the window.
Well, I mean, judging, it can't be completely thrown out the window. No, because it is actually part of being human.
Yeah. We're
kind of meant to judge in order to compartmentalize situations.
And yeah, that's true. Like, I'm not saying that I don't ever say anything.
But we are talking about more for like ego.
Yeah.
Right?
Total ego.
Yeah.
When your ego's in the way, it's taking the freaking lead, and that's what we're trying to tell it to just... There's a time and a place for an ego, absolutely, but we don't want it ruling us and running us, because it's not fun, and it's a battle, and it's a lot of work, and it's tiresome.
It's a lot of drama.
It's so much drama. And like,
so much drama.
Oh, can I tell you guys something? Like, when you go to a party and you're with your man and there's another woman there or another man there, they're single, like, check in with yourself. Don't feel threatened by another person. I've said this on the other episode. Be confident in who you are, because there's only one of you and you're a limited edition. Nobody can take your place. Nobody can.
No, I love that.
So love other women and men. Hi, my name is Kristen, or hi, my name is this, and talk to them. They're another being on this planet just trying to get by, just like all of us.
I have seen people completely flip a switch when I've introduced myself And I'm like, I could just see them dumbfounded, like, oh,
she
isn't a crotchety bitch.
Yeah, and oh, she's so nice. And I've always loved that about you, Tiffany, because you've always been outgoing in that sense, even if inside at times you didn't feel it.
Yeah.
You were always like, you would put yourself out on a limb. I will never forget when you...
Aww.
Yeah.
Story time.
And I admire that about you. So when we were at a funeral, and I was at the funeral, and I went with my brother, and then there came a time where they said, would anyone like to step forward and do a speech? And nobody did. Yeah. And then Tiffany jumps up.
My mom made me.
Yeah, but it was so admirable to get up there. It doesn't matter. Nobody can make you because you actually decided. Like, you actually did.
I did feel like I needed to.
Yeah. And I could feel that energy. Like, this was years ago, you guys. And she went up there.
Yeah, Colin was like not even a year old.
Yeah.
He was a baby.
This was years ago.
Yeah.
So Tiffany goes up there and she does this beautiful speech and says wonderful words about him. And I was just like, the balls on that woman to do that is so awesome. And how amazing that felt for the family to hear something be said about their son.
Yes.
And the feelings that you had to feel to get through that situation.
I was fucking
scared.
Like, so scared. Like, I was petrified. Anytime someone's like, oh, you're so confident. It's like, okay, actually, that's me working through a serious fear of mine and knowing that it's just something I need to do.
Yeah.
Not because I feel confident, because I actually, in those days, did not feel confident doing any of that stuff at all.
And that's the other thing about pushing yourself through. Like, by Tiffany doing that, you guys, she felt so many feelings and she went through it. So guess what? Like, she got over that and now is going to be that much more comfortable doing something like that and putting herself in that position next time around.
I think that scenario actually changed relationships. Like, seriously.
For you?
Yes. Like, with like a lot of the people that were close to our friend.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we went to the burial and everything. It was just like it was a beautiful experience.
You basically just bridged a big gap.
Yeah.
And a lot of connection.
Yeah. Because, everybody was just... funerals are never fun. Let's just say that.
No, and like, the cool thing is, for all of our amazing spiritual people that understand this or open to it, he was 100% there. And what you gave to him was next level. Aww. Because he got to witness that. And it's like, imagine like you're on the other side and nobody gets up and says anything and you're like, darn.
I had wondered in the past, like this was my ego. If I died, who's going to show up at my funeral? Would it be hundreds or would it be just a few?
Probably hundreds.
Well, I don't care anymore.
Yeah. That's what you're saying is your ego.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I just want my family to have an opportunity to have closure.
Yeah.
And I want my family to, and my loved ones to celebrate my life, not...
No, because it's you're not...
Yeah.
The thing is because you're not dying. Yeah. Like, everyone looks at it, it's like, oh, you're dead. But your soul never dies. It just keeps carrying on. It's your shell. So it's mourning the shell of the body that you have been in. But we're not doing that because you're a healthy, amazing, wonderful woman that's not going anywhere for a long time. So we're not mourning shit. But, yeah.
Well, there's been enough experiences to live each day as if I was dying.
Yes.
And that's why I don't remember anything, because I live in the moment.
She's in the present moment.
And I forget everything that just happened.
Lots of story time here. I love it. Yeah, Tiffany, I'm like, I'll just start taking notes and then you'll remember. You know what's great about this is we're documenting all of this information and you'll never forget a fucking thing because you just rewatch it. We will just rewatch it. Perfect. Okay. Number 6. You talk about yourself This is the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
You talk about yourself for 10 minutes before asking another how they are. This is ego. Do you only care about yourself? Is it only you? Is there another person on the other end? Say, how you doing, Shode?
Shode.
Shode. Yeah, that's an ego.
Yeah.
That's an ego.
I think everybody likes to talk about themselves. I think it's a human condition to a point. I think, like, if we're put on the spot and, like, was interviewed, oh my God, we would love to talk about ourselves. But on a day-to-day, if I was to list out and talk about everything that I do in a day, I'd have an encyclopedia.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna bore you with what I've done in the day.
Right. And you know what? There's a time and a place.
There is a time and a place.
And that's also why it's amazing to have a counselor to sit there and talk about all the things that you need to talk about. But I did want to say, it's really shifted for me because when I meet people, I like to hear what you have to say, like, and about your life, because I'm just like always sitting there observing, well, I wonder what they went through, or like just dissecting their life experience and like how I could possibly drop a few seeds to help them. And that's how it's just changed. It's changed for me, because before I would have been that person to like tell you all about
and judge
my stuff and whatever, whereas now I'm like more the observer, and there's a time and a place I'll share my shit, but I like to hear other people's
And you know
stuff.
why? You know why that is, my love?
Why?
It's because your cup is full.
Oh.
And when your cup is full and you've done enough self-love and self-work,
true,
you are now, your cup is full, that you want to share that experience and you want other people to feel that.
Yes.
I just listened to a podcast today. Tony Robbins explained it beautifully.
That is like me to a flippin' T.
Yes. Did you just say flippin'?
I said flippin'. You wanted me to say fucking?
Yeah.
No. That is me to a fucking T. Did that have more oomph?
Yes. The swearing just emphasizes the whole sentence. Because now I really feel it.
Okay. I will take note taken. But I love that you're saying this because, yes, fill up your own cup first.
Yeah.
And then it spills out to everyone else.
Yeah.
And then they're like, what are you drinking? I want your freaking cup of whatever the hell you're having. Mm-hmm. And I'm the type of person, and you're the type of person where I'm just like, I get so excited that I just want to help people. So I'm like, here's all of my cup. And then I'm like, hold on a minute. I got to reel it in. Right. Because not everybody wants all of my cup.
No.
Not everybody wants it. So I'm like, okay, do this, and this. And then get on your way, get it done. But some people aren't ready for that.
No.
So it's also about steering back a little.
Yeah.
And allowing each person to go on their own journey, their own ride.
Well, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Right, bitches?
Yes. Okay. Next, it's your turn.
Oh, would you rather win than do your best? This is a lesson I love teaching my children.
Okay.
My son has done very well in his sports and now school because of this mentality. No matter how you're feeling, you show up your 100%. Even if you're not feeling your 100%, give it your 100% no matter where you're at. So just do that, because then you're not going to regret not putting enough work in, because you just never know where it's going to count, mm-hmm. and you never know who's watching. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it is inspiring for those around you when it's almost like it gives a little fire into other people's ass, mm-hmm. unless your ego is getting in the way and you hate them for it.
Yeah. And another thing that just totally prompted me is people that would rather win than do their best. Some people want to win at any cost.
Like they want to be right.
Like they want to be right.
Yeah.
So in order to win in their mind, they will do anything. Lie, cheat, or steal.
Mm-hmm.
That just fucked the whole game up. Now you're dealing with karma shit. Don't play in that game. Don't mess with that shit. It just comes with a whole lot of baggage. Like the backpack on your back that you're going to carry through your life with that by winning, by lying, cheating, and stealing isn't worth it. Do your best. Try your best. Be real, authentic.
Just show
Be
up.
direct and honest and show up. One foot in front of the other.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you need to do.
I like it.
Me
I
too.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 8.
You often sulk when you don't win. That sports game or work challenge, instead of being proud of your attempt to do your best. Super good.
Sulking. Drama. No. That's like the most unattractive thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Feel it
Mm-hmm.
and then own it and just buy.
Yeah.
Shake it off. Move forward. That's an attention seeker thing.
Yeah, and that's your ego first front
Okay.
line. It's like, I'm going to sulk about this because I didn't win. Man, that is just a fucking day ruiner.
Isn't it? Like, if that happens, excuse yourself for like 10 minutes.
Go have
and
a poo-poo in the bathroom and
Yes.
wipe your ass, wash your face, shake it off, and then come back and enjoy your reality. That is a temper tantrum from being 5 years old or 10 and continually to getting your own way instead of going, meh, you win some, you lose some, move on, Betty.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
Yeah. Go take a poo, get rid of that energy. Like, come on.
That's so funny. Okay. Mumble number 9. You set yourself impossible goals and then beat yourself up when you don't reach them. Oh, fuck, that's like me.
Mm,
I literally just figured this out.
good.
Yes, and it's thank you to Christina's tracker. She has created, it's a planner I use for my business, and it's like literally like check, check, check.
Okay.
So now
Is this an app or what is it?
No, it's a binded book.
Okay.
It's good for my business, but it also has me giving myself credit where it's deserved,
Yeah.
rather than just beating myself up because I
Of what you
didn't get
done
this, and
in
this,
the
and this
fucking
done.
day. Yeah.
No, because actually, look how many checks I just checked off.
And what you've actually done.
I'm getting more done now
Yeah.
than I have ever done before, and I'm having way more free time.
Good.
Yes, and I actually am doing this guilt-free, like, for the first time ever.
Oh, that's next
Because
level.
it would literally, it would start with beating myself up, and then I'd go back into this cycle mindset is that I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough.
Yeah.
I can't do this. So then it got to a point where I wouldn't even check my bank statement because it was too overwhelming.
Yeah.
No, because I spend so much.
No. It was more of the, well, if I don't see it, I don't know about it, and I don't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
But it's like, we need to see it, feel it. It's like Louise Hay, something that I learned a long time ago, and it's like, open your mail, open up your emails, be present for yourself and your situation. You can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you hide from life, it's just not a great way to deal with anything. It just compiles up and gets bigger and bigger. And
Sure does.
And regarding the goals, you know, a goal is great just for something to work towards.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean really anything. It's just there.
This gives you something to look forward to.
Yeah. And it's like, it's okay. Just be proud of yourself for where you are and don't beat yourself up about anything.
No.
Because every day is different.
Yeah, every day is a new day, and when you get yourself grounded and settled, You're going to show up in a way you've never seen before.
Very true.
And the world shows up differently too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the people that you attract and the places that you go, it's so cool. Life's a big mirror.
Yeah, it really kind of is, isn't it?
It is. It's a huge mirror. Okay, 10.
You blame others when things don't go your way. Blame, ... Yeah. Remember when we talked how this goes? When you point
we did this on this last episode.
Yeah.
It's so
good. If you're hearing us for the first time and you're pointing fingers at somebody, it's a one pointer and you're pointing at somebody, but then you look at how many fingers are pointing back at you. Yeah.
When you go through life and you blame another person for like anything, you're just giving your power away and you're giving that control to somebody else to then say, well, it was because of them that I feel this way.
And you're not dealing with your own shit.
Yeah. It's like saying, oh, well, I'm in a bad mood for the rest of the day. That was because of you. Mm-hmm. So now I'm in a bad mood for the entire day. That is crock of shit. You are the only one that's in charge of your feelings, your triggers, and it's very important to not give your power away, to allow another person to dictate what your day is going to look like.
Yeah, because you can turn that around really fast.
Yeah.
Really quickly.
Yeah. And like being mad or being sad, it's good to feel and go through.
Sure.
But turn that shit around.
Yeah. It's funny how us humans do things, how we just, when we do these things, like everything in our life is based on dealing with trauma from when we were young.
That's all it is.
And it's all about just sweeping out the cobwebs of all that drama and trauma and just being present so that you can actually serve the world.
Exactly.
Because we all got these special little talents.
Totally. We absolutely do. And the other thing that I wanted to share, when this trigger comes back around, because it happened when you were 5, and then it's been triggered for the last 20 years, it's life trying to say, let's heal it. Let's move past this. Let's level up to the next level. Let's move past this resentment and this anger towards the world for this trigger. That's the only reason why it keeps happening to you. So the carpet's going to keep getting ripped out from under you until you face it straight in the fucking mirror and go, okay, I'm ready to deal with this now. I don't want this anymore.
Mic drop.
Are we here?
Yeah.
We already said that.
Yeah.
When you blame others, perfect. So this is a quick little checker-inner. How to check in and analyze your thoughts. 3 questions to ask yourself to check in about where is your ego and your control. So, here's the so.
It was governed. You're fine. It's totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 1. Do I feel superior to others? Number 2.
Do I feel
inferior
to others?
And number 3, what do I need to do to feel equal? That is end of the line. Ask yourself these 3 questions. You guys write these 3 questions down. When you're in your ego, when you're in this mood, go into it. Do I feel superior to others? ? Do I feel inferior to others? ? And then the end answer is, what do I need to do to feel equal? That is your homework. What ultimate goal is how to feel equal.
Wow.
That's it. We're ready to pull a card. This is next level. This is great.
Really good.
I know.
So to sum it all up,
I'm like, we're ready to pull a card.
I know.
I'm just like excited.
But because really, I was confused on what ego was for so long because there's so many ways to describe it and it's really kind of wishy-washy, I feel. But the ultimate realm of it all is really fear. Your ego is fear. You're in fear of feeling dumb. You're in fear of not being strong enough. You're in fear of not growing. You're in fear of
Someone being better, you're in fear of not being pretty enough.
Yeah. It's all fear-based. So how do we, okay, so we already said, ask yourselves these 3 questions, but you need to be, you want to be attempting to have, to be a bit grounded when you ask these questions.
Always.
Yeah.
Good point, Tiffany.
Yeah.
Amazing point.
You can ask these questions till you're blue in the face when you're full of emotion, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah. And you're not going to get the truth.
You're not. No.
And, you know, a little quick grounding technique can even just sit quiet, take off your shoes, close your eyes. Just imagine these roots growing in all the way from the bottom of your feet into Mother Earth. Go outside, walk around, just be one with yourself.
Yeah.
And I find asking these questions and then writing it out will actually bring you to a grounded state, because you're going to realize, oh my God, what was I really angry about anyways? Like, it really diverts the attention to the reality of what you were angry about or what your ego was all about.
Right.
So it's really good.
Really good. Good job, KK.
Ooh, good job, TT.
Well,
I call you TT.
I just want to give some credit to you, Kristen.
Oh.
Okay? I want you to know how special you are.
Aww.
And I just feel that sometimes it's a little bit surreal sitting here doing a podcast with you, and you're just so well spoken and so, like, it's hard not to listen to you. It's infectious.
Thank you for
Yeah,
saying
so,
that.
and also I just want to bring attention that Kristen is our writer. Basically, she's our content creator in this podcast. So she does a lot of work. I literally just fucking show up.
Oh my God.
I literally show up, and yeah, she
Aww.
creates this space for me, and I just think it's beautiful.
Aw, thank you for saying that. You're so sweet. And I'm just as equally grateful for you. Absolutely love you and everything that you do. And you do plenty of things for the podcast. So don't you even...
I know, but these topics are just so good. Like, I don't know. You just put so much work into it. I just think it's beautiful.
And you know what? It's just really like being grounded myself, tapping in, and just trusting in what is going to be the next best thing that people need to possibly work on.
Hey guys, quick segue. This podcast is, I literally show up. So I mean, obviously we do lots of work behind the scenes and stuff, but I literally just surrender and just, if Kristen wants to do this, I'm so okay with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I want to do something, she's okay with that. Like, we're not trying to control each other. No. That's why this dynamic works so beautifully. So well. Okay, what is the card?
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Obviously.
I'm so excited.
Obviously.
What is it?
I'm going to let you do it today.
Oh, that's so pretty.
You guys.
Okay,
you got to go.
Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives. What?
Yes.
Sensitives. Connect with nature, bitches.
We just said this. Look at that beautiful photo. Get grounded. Go a little bit closer. It's like...
Well, it's the light.
I know.
Oh, there it is.
Oh my God.
Goodness.
That's next. And this is what we're saying. Get grounded. If your ego's at freaking play too much, get grounded. And that's what our card says.
So being grounded is the only way that we're going to change the world, you guys.
Yes. Get grounded. Learn how to do it. This went by really fast.
Really fast. Just want to thank everybody so much. I feel so grateful.
Yeah, thank everybody. We are so grateful for you. We love you. And we'll see you next week.
Ciao for now.
Bye.
Dude.
Yeah. Okay, so great episode. Funny thing, you guys. 2 more pages of info. This will be saved for next week. And this is some powerful information for everybody to work on. Work on it. Like, if you didn't even know that your ego was like the number one energy at play, then now you know. Now you know what it is.
Yeah.
When you're looking at yourself and comparing to another girl and not feeling good enough, that's ego. So you can easily take a seat, get grounded, put your attention back into yourself and love yourself, because there's only one of you. And there's nobody greater than you. We're all equal and just great. So tap into your own greatness and let it flourish.
It's a huge load off the shoulders when you kind of just let go and you're just now giving love.
Yeah.
Rather than having this resistance.
100%. That was perfectly said. And taking your hands off of the damn steering wheel
Yeah.
and letting somebody else drive it for a while. Let the universe, trust in the universe, because
I love it.
The universe has our back.
It's true. It's true.
You guys have a wonderful night.
Bye.
Tea.